The untamed world of the wild is vast and filled with mysteries yet to be fully explored. With each passing day, we uncover astonishing creatures, often larger and more powerful than we ever imagined. Today, we've compiled an incredible list of 40 of the biggest creatures ever captured on camera. So, buckle up and join us as we dive into this jaw-dropping journey. Manta rays are dangerous and huge, though they may not seem that big at first glance. An average manta ray has a wingspan of 7 meters. Look at this diver compared to the size of the manta ray. Now that looks eerie. The heaviest manta ray ever weighed in at about 5,000 pounds. What's crazy is that it was as heavy as a full-grown rhino. Could you ever imagine a frog being the size of a small house cat? Well, this is the case for the Goliath frog, or 33 centimeters long, and weigh about 7 pounds. But these magnificent animals are falling into extinction. This is the Flemish giant rabbit. Who could ever guess a rabbit could ever be as large as a medium-sized dog? That's just unbelievable. The thing is, they are not really rare. You are even allowed to use them as pets. They are currently used to breed larger rabbits and for their fur. This is a Great Dane named Giant George. It's the largest Great Dane in the world. George is the perfect dog for former NBA player Shaquille O'Neal. This dog measured a whopping 7 feet 2 inches on 2 legs. This dog took the Guinness World Record for the biggest dog ever. This is the largest and heaviest bonnie fish in the world. Looking at the sheer size of it sends chills down my spine. This bonnie fish weighs more than an average pickup truck. It weighs about 5,500 pounds. If you think Alabay dogs are big, then Caucasian Shepherds will leave you shocked. These dogs are not only huge, but they are also known to be extremely confident and watchful. Still, despite their size, they are loving, affectionate, and loyal pets. The Caucasian Shepherd on your screen is named Zafir, and he's about 10 times larger than your average dog. Yeah, that looks like a crab and a spider, right? It's actually called the Japanese spider crab. It's one of the largest crabs in the world and also the most expensive. It's almost 4 meters long if they are stretched out from claw to claw. You have nothing to fear though. You won't just find them sitting around. They can only be found when you specifically search for them. This is the largest spider ever recorded. It was captured in Rio Carvo, Venezuela. It has a leg span of about 11 inches. The largest spider is the Goliath bird-eating spider. Just like the name predicts, it's big enough to eat birds and other small rodents. Basically, anything that crawls into its web is free food. The largest one ever weighed about 6 ounces. This goat is quite special. It's one of the biggest goats in existence, standing over 1.5 meters tall, which is about 5 feet. It weighs as much as 692 pounds, which is far bigger than even its caretaker. This goat is named Maston Moorcock. He wasn't killed, but died of natural causes. I guess its size was just too much for it to handle because it only lived for 4 years, whereas the normal lifespan for this breed is about 15 years. We all complain about regular mosquitoes being the most annoying creatures ever. But the mosquito you're about to see is far more terrifying. This particular mosquito is more than 5 centimeters long, and it has a wingspan of about 11.5 centimeters. Unbelievable, right? This mosquito was discovered in China. Thankfully, though, this specific giant mosquito doesn't feed on blood. Is the largest great white shark. If you exist on the Earth, you would have heard the term deep blue. This is the name given to the supposed biggest shark ever. The photos show how small a normal human looks compared to deep blue. It was about 20 feet in length, which is longer than any great white shark ever recorded. This is the giant African snail. They are mostly found in West Africa. This is the largest, and it can grow up to 21 centimeters in length. When these particular snails feed, they feed well. Apparently, they are a delicacy in some parts of the world. This is Blossom, a cow so large she was compared to the size of a truck. She was as long as 6.4 feet, and she weighed a whopping 3,086 pounds. Her impressive size made sure she wasn't slaughtered, but left to marvel in her glory. At the age of 13, she passed away due to being too big. We all know swans to be beautiful aquatic animals, but some of these swans get very massive, making the regular swan even look like a duck. This is a perfect example of a giant swan. Watch how it's able to stand its ground and actually intimidate a dog. From the tip of its bill to the end of its tail, it measures about 1.5 meters. This animal right here is the green anaconda. Its largest confirmed size was about 25 feet in length. Some people seem to believe there are larger ones out there. It weighed about 250 kilograms. This is the Chinese water salamander. It's actually the world's largest amphibian. Not only that, it's one of the strongest looking creatures in the world. These salamanders are a very special breed of fish. This is the largest bee, Megachile Pluto. This bee is 4 times bigger than an average honeybee. It is about 4 centimeters in length with a wingspan of 6 centimeters. What makes it even more eerie is the fact that it looks like a huge wasp with the jaws of a stag beetle. This is the Nomura jellyfish. Normal jellyfish look small and harmless, even though they are not. This particular jellyfish, though, is the complete opposite. It looks eerie and can scare a grown man. When they get fully grown, they get larger than an average man. They weigh about 200 kilograms and are endemic to Japanese waters. Alibi dogs are one of the biggest dog breeds out there. They have been selectively bred over the years for their power and stamina. They even have the nickname wolf crushers. Male Alibi dogs can grow up to 1 meter at the shoulder and weigh about 175 pounds. If this dog were ever to fight with a wolf, which do you think would be the victor? It's no secret the ostrich is the largest bird in the world. The largest ones, though, are found along the plains of Africa and the Middle East. An average ostrich grows around 8 to 9 feet tall, and the tallest ostrich ever recorded was about 9 feet 2 inches. Ostriches are also extremely fast animals. In fact, they are the fastest two-legged animal. Rompers, the largest donkey ever. If you're not careful, you could mistake it for a fully grown horse. Romper wasn't just a big donkey. He was a workaholic. He was trained in various tasks and could also respond to commands. The same energy he put into working was also put into protecting his herd, and he did this perfectly. This crayfish looks so out of this world, it resembles how people describe aliens. It's one of the largest freshwater crayfish in the world, and it's only found in rivers north of Tasmania. Their claws are no joke. They are so powerful that they can take one finger off completely in a single snap. This is a dangerously looking gorilla. The gorilla is the biggest primate ever. On average, they weigh a massive 450 pounds, and they can reach a weight of 600 pounds. Sadly though, these gorillas are actually endangered right now. Like the video to save them. Cassius is the largest crocodile ever captured, stretching 18 feet long and weighing approximately 1,300 pounds. Its size rivals, if not exceeds, that of a standard RV. It's so intimidating that it must be fed using a stick attached to a rope for safety. An impressive level of caution. This is an African elephant. Let's rephrase that. It is the largest animal that currently walks the earth. Just look at how massive it looks. The tusks of these beasts are longer than a small car. The largest African elephant recorded was an adult male elephant, which was heavier than 6 cars combined. Giant turtles are the oldest known living creatures on Earth today, with the oldest one being around 255 years old. Measuring about 4 feet in length and weighing an impressive 770 pounds, their massive size makes them incredibly slow, even by turtle standards. This animal right here is actually an earthworm. It's known as the giant Gippsland earthworm. Regular earthworms look quite small when you see them, but this breed is just made differently. Average earthworms are about 1 meter in length, but this breed gets up to 3 times longer. If one isn't careful, they could be confused for an adult snake. first glance, this fisherman appeared to have caught a massive snake. However, it turned out to be an enormous sturgeon, measuring about 2.2 meters in length and weighing between 500 and 600 pounds. This steer may not be the largest in the world, but it holds the record for the longest horns. The distance between the tips of its horns measures an incredible 3.23 meters. Carrying such a heavy load on its head must be quite a challenge for the steer. Besabi woodley rat. Unlike most rats that run from you when you scream, this rat does the opposite. It isn't afraid of humans, it stands confidently, and if you do too much, it might even charge you. It was discovered in 2009 when they were shooting a BBC documentary about the lost land of the volcano. They are about 32 inches long and weigh about 4 pounds. This is the capybara, the largest living rodent in the world. Yes, they do look like a rat, but they are far larger than any regular rat you have ever seen. The largest capybara ever weighed 146 pounds, which is far heavier than the average size capybara, which weighs between 77 to 146 pounds. This bat is called the golden crowned flying fox. Make no mistake though, it's in no way a fox, but actually an extremely large fruit bat found in the Philippines. Its wingspan is a massive 5.9 feet and it weighs over 3.3 pounds. Seeing this bat alone is enough to bring most to their feet. Asian giant hornet. It's about 3 inches long, and it's the world's largest hornet. It's mostly found in the tropical parts of Eastern Asia. Their venom is so dangerous that when several of them sting one human, it can actually end their life. There was a time when these dangerous insects went on a rampage. They ended the lives of 14 people and injured another 1,600. This is a whale shark, the largest living cartilaginous fish. The whale shark can measure an astonishing 41 feet and weigh 21 tons. They are also the largest living non-mammalian vertebrate. Giraffes are one of the largest animals in the world. An average elephant stands 14 to 16 feet tall, and an average male weighs 2,600 pounds, while the female typically weighs 1,500 pounds. The largest giraffe ever was over 19 feet tall, and it weighed a whopping 3,000 pounds. The animal featured in the video is not a bear, but a dog. It's a massive timber wolf, typically about 2 meters long and weighing around 175 pounds. Everyone knows the whale is the largest animal species in the world. The big blue whales can measure up to 100 feet long and still weigh 173 tons. Seals are often seen as the adorable dogs of the ocean, but there's a specific breed called elephant seals that can grow as large as boats and weigh a tremendous amount. In this instance, 2 elephant seals climbed onto the back of a boat, their massive bodies making it look like the boat was sinking. This is the Dalmatian pelican. Pelicans are quite the dumb creatures. They try to fit anything they can into their beaks. There's a time a pelican tried to eat a human. Funny, right? These pelicans can grow up to about 6.6 feet in height, and they weigh about 33 pounds. If you're looking for the scariest crab ever, you're in the right place. This is the coconut crab, found on highlands in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. If left alone, they could live for up to 50 years. They grow as long as 16 inches and weigh an average of 9 pounds. Meet Scariest, the world's largest rabbit. It surpasses the size of a typical large domestic cat, weighing approximately 50 pounds and measuring around 1.3 meters in length.